Dreams are not random. Carl Jung believed that dreams are the direct expression of unconscious psychic activity, autonomous expressions of the unconscious mind, arising from the same creative force that gives form to myth, religion, and art. Modern neuroscience locates dreams in the brain's REM activation patterns, but Jung saw them as symbols from the deeper psyche, the personal unconscious and the collective unconscious. In this video, we'll examine 10 of the most common dream motifs through the lens of Jungian psychology, compare them with modern cognitive science, and explore what they may be revealing about you. Being chased in a dream often signals confrontation with the shadow, the repressed or denied parts of ourselves that gain strength in the unconscious. If the pursuer is monstrous or animal-like, it may reflect primitive instincts or rage. If human, it may symbolize an aspect of your psyche you're unwilling to face, like guilt, ambition, or physical attraction. Jung teaches us, what we reject in ourselves returns as something we fear. Modern science frames this as threat simulation, preparing us to evade danger. But Jung would ask, what are you running from inside yourself? Falling dreams represent a collapse of ego control. They reflect a descent, either into deeper layers of the psyche or into fear of failure and loss. Jung saw this as archetypal, echoing mythic descents into the underworld. It may mean the ego is being humbled, or that the psyche is initiating change. You are not breaking down, you may be breaking open. Cognitive theories point to hypnic jerks or nervous system responses, but ignore the rich symbolism of falling into the unknown. Losing teeth in a dream can signal a fear of voicelessness, a loss of vitality, or deep anxiety about personal effectiveness. Jung might interpret it as an initiation dream, a symbolic death of the old self, preparing the way for rebirth. Modern psychology links this to body image and stress. But Jung's view invites a deeper question. What inner part of you is being broken down so something new can emerge? Flying dreams express a desire for transcendence. They activate the archetype of spirit, or the puer aeternus, the eternal youth who longs for freedom. But Jung warns, when the ego flies too high without integrating the shadow, we risk psychic inflation, a grandiosity that distances us from our grounded self. So flying can be either an image of liberation or of escapism. Modern interpretations connect this to confidence and autonomy. But Jung asks us to consider, are you flying toward yourself or away from it? To be naked in public is to be seen without the persona, the social mask we wear to protect the vulnerable self. This dream may surface when we feel exposed, ashamed, or afraid of authenticity. Jung would say, the dream dramatizes the tension between your true nature and the roles you perform. The setting, a classroom, workplace, or family event, adds layers to the symbolism. Cognitive science links this to social anxiety, but from a symbolic lens, your soul is demanding to be seen. Dreams about being late or unprepared emerge when the ego is misaligned with the soul's deeper timing. Missing a train, arriving late, failing a test. These are all symbols of inner resistance to change or guilt about neglected duties. Jung called this a failure to respond to kairos, the sacred right time. They often arise during life transitions, identity shifts, or when the psyche senses a path not being followed. Contemporary theories tie this to perfectionism and stress, but Jungian analysis reminds us, what internal calling are you ignoring? Death in dreams does not signify literal doom, but transformation. Jung saw death as the archetypal symbol of psychic renewal. Who dies in the dream points to the part of you that is passing away. An old self-image, a behavioural pattern, a relationship or belief system. Death is the prelude to rebirth. it means something in you is ready to evolve. Modern psychology sees this as anxiety about our mortality, but Jung asks, what must die so your soul can grow? Water is the element of the unconscious. Calm water reflects harmony. Floods, tsunamis, or drowning signal overwhelm, emotional saturation, or being pulled into psychic depths beyond ego control. To dream of drowning can mean initiation, immersion in the self, and sometimes rebirth. Emerging from water is a classic rebirth symbol, found in myth, baptism, and ancient ritual. Modern theories connect this to emotional processing, but Jung knew, to dream of water is to swim in your own psyche. Pregnancy in dreams often represents psychic gestation, a new idea, a new phase, or a new aspect of the self waiting to be born. Jung saw this as the psyche preparing for creative expression or internal integration. It may reflect the union of conscious and unconscious, an animus or anima development, or the symbolic emergence of the self. Modern science links this to responsibility or fertility, but Jung asks, what potential are you carrying within you? To be lost in a dream means the ego has lost its inner compass. It may reflect an identity crisis, spiritual disorientation, or a need to re-enter the symbolic labyrinth. Jung would call this a moment of initiation, when the self invites you to find your true path. To be trapped suggests psychic stagnation. The space itself, an elevator, basement, cave, reveals the nature of your psychological impasse. Modern perspectives link these dreams to stress or fear, but Jung says, the soul uses the image of imprisonment to provoke awakening. Jung wrote, the dream is the small hidden door in the deepest and most intimate sanctum of the soul, which opens to that primeval cosmic night that was soul long before there was conscious ego and will be soul far beyond what a conscious ego could ever reach. To work with dreams is to engage in dialogue with the unconscious. We must not analyse dreams reductively, but symbolically, with humility and attention. Here are some practices you can use to analyse your dreams. Keep a dream journal. Note recurring images, emotions, and themes. Practice active imagination. Speak with dream figures, sketch the symbols, or write from the voice of the unconscious. And above all, ask not, what does the dream mean? But what does the dream want from me? Modern science now sees dreams as vital to memory, emotion, and neural growth. But Jung shows us they are also a sacred dialogue between ego and self. Dreams are not distractions, they are instructions, and when we learn to listen, they lead us home.